What is good, y'all boys? We are back with a new video, and this time I am showing you my official 6'2" all-around PG build that I will be using for basically every single mode there is. This includes the 2s, the 3s, the 5s, the stage, the rec, literally everything. This year, and honestly most years, I just want my PG to be very versatile, but at the same time still be a meta guard, and that is exactly what we've cooked up. I truly believe that this is one of the better small guard builds that I've seen. I honestly haven't really seen a lot of 6'2s that are close to this, and you guys are going to see that very shortly. But anyway, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to comment down below as well with any of your thoughts, and let's get straight into it. So position will be a point guard, and the height that we've chosen, 6'2", like I said earlier. Weight is at 184 pounds, and wingspan is at 6'3". Reason being is that we want our maximum cap to be a 99.3 in case 99.3 is going to be the meta again. This very much was the meta in 2K25. And in all honesty, for 2K26, I want to have a 99 3-point build again eventually, so that I can get every single legend shooting badge in the game. Although obviously this build will not have a 99.3 right away, we can definitely end up cap breaking it. Okay, so right away, as you guys can see, this is our finished build. Take a quick look and tell me this isn't the most well-rounded PG build that you've seen. Don't you worry, I'm going to go through every single attribute very shortly, and I promise you, you guys are going to want to listen very carefully to everything I have planned out for this build. So first things first, as you guys can see right here, we have a 3-point shot of a 94. Our mid-range is at an 84 because that's the minimum that we can have with a 94.3. And with that 94.3, we get all these gold badges. Let me just move my camera out the way. We got Limitless, Shifty, Mini Marksman, Deadeye, and Set Shot, all at gold. And remember what I said earlier, it is very important that we can maximize this 3-point shot all the way to a 99 in case we want to go to legend for all these shooting badges. But let's say you don't actually feel the need going all the way to 99 and you only want to get to 96 to maybe get some of these Hall of Fame, then you honestly could do that as well. Instead of having +5 to your 3-point, you can just do +2 once you get your cap breakers. But as of now, there's not really anything we can say too much about certain thresholds and what the recommended 3-point rating is going to be for meta guards. But since this is a day 1 build, it's good to keep your options open. You want to build ahead for the future, so you don't just make a day 1 build, then scrap it, then make a new build because you're wanting to adjust to the meta. And that is why I've opened this up to a 99, especially in the case where we do need to get this to a 99 like we did last year. And to be honest, who doesn't want legend shooting badges anyway? So for our mid-range shot, that is at an 84. So last year you needed an 85 to be able to get that pure green window with middies. Mike Wang has already come out and said that there will be no RNG with shooting whatsoever this year. So there is no point putting this to an 85. You don't get any badges anyway. There will be a pure green window no matter what, so 84 is perfectly fine. We don't need to touch that at all. Moving on to our playmaking, we have put this at a 91 because that is where we get Hall of Fame lightning launch, and we get that off rip. And you also have a choice in the future to either max +1 this to legend, or just add 3 cap breakers as well to get that to a 94, because this weight of 184 pounds also lets us get that to a 94, which will get us legend lightning launch. You probably will be better using a max +1 instead, just to save up on those cap breaker points. Which brings me to my next point. We have a 90 ball handle, and these are the badges that we get. We get silver unpluckable, silver ankle assassin, gold handles for days. And yes, I already know what you guys are thinking. Does a 90 ball handle give me enough SIGs? And the honest answer is yes. I'm going to show you guys the SIGs that you get very shortly. But I also, more importantly, want you guys to know that I already plan to increase this ball handle to a 95 through cap breakers, because eventually they're going to drop the Steve Francis size up, which we know is always the best size up to have every single year. But if I was to go for a 95 ball handle off rip, you just have to sacrifice so much. I basically can't have any defense on this build, or I have to lower my finishing all the way down, and I just don't think it's worth it, especially knowing I'm going to end up getting those cap breakers anyway. Even at a 92 ball handle, you automatically unlock almost every animation there is besides Steve Francis. And also, don't forget, we also have our build specialization. Playmaking will most likely be a very solid option for you. But if you are someone that is worried with a 90 ball handle, don't you worry. Just chuck your build specialization on playmaking. You will definitely get more than enough cap breakers and max +1s and +2s to get all the playmaking badges that you need on this build. Okay, so remember, we have a 91 speed with ball and a 90 ball handle. Only reason why this says 90 right now is because I actually recorded all of the animations before I put it to 91. But anyway, as you guys can see right here, we still get majority of the dribble styles. We have Steph Curry, which requires a 91 speed with ball, which this build has. And one of the better dribble styles right here, as you guys can see, De'Aaron Fox, you get with a 90 speed with ball as well. And then if we move on to the size ups, as you guys can see, majority of these ones Also, like I said, you unlock at a 90 ball handle, which this build has. And right here, I think I found the only size up that we won't get access to right away because you need a 92 ball handle, and that is for the Steph Curry size up. We still get like 95% of the other size ups that we can use. Like for example, this Kyrie Irving one right here that only requires a 90 ball handle once again. And then the same thing goes for all the other SIGs as well. Breakdown combos, you get mostly all of them. Besides this one right here, like I said earlier, Steve Francis, you always need a 95 ball handle because he always has the best dribble packages in the game. In all honesty, I'm probably going to prioritize my cap breakers for this ball handle over my 3-point shot because I would much rather have a 95 ball handle than a 99.3. And then if I did that, I could just max +1 or max +2 some of the 3-point badges that I need. And then escape moves, as you guys can see right here, you will be able to unlock majority of these. But again, some, like the best one right here, for example, Steph Curry escape, you will unlock at a 92. So in a way, you do have to be a little patient with this build, but that is quite literally the entire point. You don't just want to make a build for day one. We are optimizing this build right now with all the cap breakers and the max +1s and 2s in mind, so that this will be a solid build in the future. I know I keep repeating myself here, but I hope that you guys are following and also see the vision. But anyway, Parsac is at an 85. We get gold diamond, silver break starter, bronze bailout, and gold versatile visionary. 85 Parsac is actually the minimum that you can have to as you guys can see right there, to get bronze bailout. A very important badge. I'm aware it's only bronze, but having that on bronze and having that on nothing at all is a big difference. And an 85 Parsac is also essential for a lot of guard builds. I know a lot of guards out there say that 70 something is okay. That is never okay with me. For someone that is going to be playing 5v5 a lot on this build as well, I need at least an 85. I will never go lower than that. Like I said at the start of this video, this build is for every single mode there is. And I want to be able to hit my big man off the slip, off the pop, my lock in the corners. I want to be able to make immediate reads, and I will only be able to do that if I have a solid enough Parsac, and that is why we have gone with an 85. Okay, so now with our driving dunk, we have an 87. As you guys can see right there, that is what allows me to unlock silver posterizer. I also get gold aerial wizard, so an 87 driving dunk and a 75 vertical. Why is that? Well, I'm going to show you guys right now, and the answer is right here. I want to get contact dunks. So pro contact dunks of 2, we have the minimum requirement, 87 driving dunk and a 75 vertical. And on top of that, you also get majority of the good dunk animations in the game. On top of the pro contact dunks, we also get the small contact dunks, which requires an 86 driving dunk and once again 75 vertical. And in case you are someone that is wanting to get the pro contact dunks off 1 package as well, you will need an 89 driving dunk and a 78 vertical, which honestly is not too far away. This build thankfully does cap out at an 89 driving dunk if you have any spare cap breakers, or if you want to prioritize getting pro contact dunks off 1 on this build because you're happy with your shooting and you're happy with your playmaking, you can do that too. But that is exactly the beauty of this build. It is so well rounded. There are so many opportunities and different paths you can take to make this build better. It is completely up to you where you put your cap breakers, but one way or another, this build has a lot of potential. Okay, so next up we have our defense. So starting with steel, this is at a 79. This allows us to get silver interceptor and silver glove. And on top of that, we have a solid 85 perimeter defense, which gives us silver challenger, onboard menace, and pick dodger. And also we get gold off ball pest. And these defensive attributes right here is what separates my 6'2 from a lot of other small guard builds out there who just don't put any defense on their build. I don't want to be a liability in the corner and just people shooting over me. I also want to be able to guard the ball, especially when I'm playing the 2s. I don't want to be taken advantage of on defense because I'm 6'2". And honestly, having this kind of defense on this build on top of the offensive capabilities that it already has, it is very hard for me to see any weaknesses. Yes, I don't have interior D or block, but I'm rarely going to be guarding the paint anyway on this build. For example, if it was to come to like guarding ISO on the 2s, I could easily just play high-low and guard the perimeter while I let my big man switch in the paint. Anyway, moving on to our physicals. Firstly, we have a 91 speed. So speed this year is actually kind of different. This ties in completely with whatever your speed with ball is. So I have a 91 speed with ball. We have a 91 speed. And this was different in 25 because in 25, you could have a higher speed with ball than your actual speed. And then agility at a 77, strength at a 45, vertical we already spoke about before, and that is our build completed. The last thing that we can talk about though is our takeovers. As you guys can see right here, we have a 3&D takeover, 3-point architect, which gives us deep bomber. We got break igniter with the ability of dishmaster. We got bucket with the ability of blur. We got chef once again with deep bomber. We got the general, glass gunner, mixtape, offensive artist, orchestrator. so on and so forth. There are many different options for you to choose from. But anyway, this is our build once again, fully completed. Feel free to go through it yourself and see what things you can tweak. I will show you some other options as well very shortly. But anyway, this is our build. We got shades of Damian Lillard, Kevin Johnson, and Steve Francis, and we have made a two-way three-point slasher. Only weakness being lax lateral quickness. And we got a whole bunch of strengths. And yeah, I can't wait to go crazy with this build. Anyway, this is one separate option. If you decide to lower your driving dunk and your vertical because you don't care about contacts, you can actually get your ball handle up to a 95 right away. But you also have to sacrifice a bit of your defense. One other thing, I also bumped up the 3-point to a 95, which also allowed me to get my free throw all the way up to a 90. Mid-range up to an 85. But honestly, that small increase in shooting and playmaking is just not worth sacrificing that much from our finishing and defense. There's also this option right here, which I think is actually slightly better than the last one that I just showed. Same thing for your dunk, 80 driving dunk, 60 vertical. But this time we have a 97 3-point, which gets us all of these shooting badges at Hall of Fame. We also have our ball handle off rip at a 92. So honestly, this isn't entirely a bad option if you are someone that always 3-hunts. But you are sacrificing, once again, a lot of that defense and a lot of that finishing. But the best thing about this build, though, however, is that you get these shades, Steph Curry, Mark Price, Steve Nash, and the archetype, ISO Sniper. A very cool name to have on your build. And that is like legit prime Steph Curry right there, 16, 17. So that is just another solid option for you. But for me, I will most likely still go with the one with defense, which is this one right here. This is by far the most well-rounded version out of all of them. I get my contact dunks. I can cap break my shooting to get those Hall of Fame or Legend badges. Same as playmaking, I still have all the animations I need, and I'll get even more later. And more importantly, I can play solid defense on this build. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this build. Feel free to comment down below what changes you would make or what your idea of your day one PG build will be. I can't wait for NBA 2K26. It is very near. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.